っちの空気の方が心地いいな。では、狩りを始めるか。
Hello and welcome. Today we are in the Tier 9 French battleship, the Jean Bart. As you just heard, that was also the Aerroon Jean Bart voiceover. Anyways, we're playing on the map Shatter, I believe, and to start out the match, I do a classic maneuver, which is a reverse towards the enemy. It tends to get you there quite quickly, which is pretty nice. We spot an enemy destroyer, a Mahan. So obviously, or Mayhan. Anyway, I take a shot with HE and somehow RNG is really smiling upon me. Cause I did 6k damage. Part of me wanted to use the reload booster on the Jean Bart here to be able to deal more damage, but because she was already using a smoke screen, I figured that that's kind of, I guess the right word is risky, because I might not be able to actually capitalize on that. One thing I would like to note here is that I think I don't use a reload booster in this match enough, at least not early on. You see, the reason you want to use these kinds of abilities early is because it allows you to front load your impact. You are able to impact the game earlier on into the match, and this is important because quite often matches end up snowballing in this game in some way. Anyway, I see torps coming, so I use speed boost and just start turning away. Speed boost allows me to finish the maneuver quicker, and hey, I have 4 of them anyway and they last a long time. In fact, I probably can't even run out of speed boosts if I use them right at the start of the game. Anyway, I continue firing HE, mostly because the JB has 380mm caliber guns, which means that AP just isn't the most effective. Anyway, I'm going to reposition. I also notice our Iowa is right here, which makes me slightly cross with him, because, well, it would have been nice to have some kind of crossfire. Unfortunately, that's not really an option when both of your battleships go to the same place. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna reverse and reposition myself so that we might have some kind of crossfire. Because, after all, while I might be firing HE a lot here, I still can swap over to AP, but it's kinda pointless when they're that far away, you know. I can't really reliably hit their broadsides anyway with AP, so I might as well use HE at the moment. Although perhaps that is a mistake. So, for those who don't know, the Jean Bart is basically a Richelieu with some boosts like, I believe, a reload booster and I think a speed boost. Actually, I don't know. Maybe Richelieu has a speed boost too. Anyway, it's basically a slightly improved Richelieu. Well, maybe not slightly, quite significantly improved Richelieu. But, in turn, she is a whole tier higher. And this means that you do face tougher enemies. However, many of the things that make the Richelieu fun to play for some people, well, they remain on the JB anyway. So you get to essentially experience Richelieu, but better. Next up, it's the Georgia. Now, one thing I'd like to mention is that when you fire at the Georgia, HE is actually less effective against the Georgia than other battleships, I believe, because a Georgia can heal up faster, in that her heal has a shorter cooldown, which means that she is more likely to get through all of them. Massachusetts has the same thing. But I think I'm gonna continue moving forward and then just gonna switch targets at some point. Although right now my position is fine because nobody is firing at me, but eventually I might want to move because I am showing a broadside to the Friedrichshafen Grosse. She is far away and she is unlikely to be able to punish me, but still, it might be a better idea to move. So overall, the match does not appear to be going very well for us. We've lost 3 ships, the enemy has lost none, but on the other hand we hold at least 2 of the 3 cap zones, and are contesting the 3rd one. Come on, fires, let's go. Aww, that's unfortunate. I really like the Cleveland's positioning. She is next to us, which means that any destroyer that wants to approach too close we'll have to risk being radared, which means that she might be taken out. And at least as far as the Mahan is confirmed, well, that would be quite scary considering she already lost half her HP earlier. Sadly, we lost our Shiratsu over here, which means that we're 4 ships behind now. This is not looking good, despite the fact that somehow we controlled so many of the caps. Looking at the minimap on the other side of the map, it seems that our cruiser, I don't know which one it is in a bit of trouble, because he's like next to 5 enemies or something. But maybe we'll get our first... Never mind. Oh, it was a Fiji. I wanted to say maybe we'll get our first kill, but apparently not. So, now we're 5 ships behind. What is this game? How can a team fall apart this quickly? I mean, sure, okay, we're not doing like great on this side of the map. But at least we aren't losing ships left and... Oh wait, no, 2 of the ships lost are here, ours, right? No, 3 of them are here, never mind. You know what, I take it back. We're getting screwed even on this side of the map. Let's see, can we finish off this Mogami? AP would have been nice here though. But I guess HE is good enough, probably. Or maybe not. That's unfortunate. Maybe she'll burn down, although I find that quite unlikely. And she disappeared. Yeah, AP would have been a good option there. But she's already gone, and I can't cry over spilt milk. At least it doesn't make sense to do so. So I guess we'll simply continue shelling HE. Ooh, a fire. So I guess we're... Oh, she Damekon. So 1 salvo on something else, I think. And then I can reload booster HE, spam the Georgia... Oh my god, are you kidding me? Well, my second turret got broken, so there's no point in using reload booster right now, because if I use reload booster at the current moment, I'm wasting half of my firepower. I might as well use Damekon and I would actually get more from it. But I want to save my Damekon because they are clearly aiming at me, and there's a Riga coming, which... Oh my god. The turret got broken again! Jesus Christ, what is wrong with this turret? Is it made of like plastic or something? Anyway, I'm gonna continue reversing away, because Riga does have torpedoes, I believe. Actually, I don't know. I assume she does, but I haven't actually checked. So I'm just gonna continue reversing away. I will assume that they won't be more than 6 kilometers. Here I use my first AP salvo, and that is super effective and makes me wonder why I hadn't done that before, but maybe I just didn't have a cruiser that was broadside at this kind of range before. Anyway, I'm just gonna continue, because if the Riga comes around the island, I would still like to be reversing away. Odin is pushing a cap, but we're gonna take the Georgia. So, things are actually looking up. Oh, and we got the... Or at least one of the cruisers in the middle got the Mahan too, which means that they've lost one of the destroyers. And now they're gonna lose a cruiser. Oh, yes. Can you say comeback? I mean, we've lost 6 ships and they've lost 4. And they're taking the C cap and the A cap. Oh, and we lost our Iowa, so... So right now it's 5 ships against... What is this, 8? Yeah, 5 ships against 8. I guess... Actually, are our odds better now than they were before? Maybe not. 2 fires on me, but I have Damekon available, so I use it, and I just continue reversing. Mostly because trying to Come on, go down. Yes! Excellent. Suddenly it's 5 against 6 ships, so things aren't looking as bad anymore as they were a minute ago or so. But over here on this side, it's just me and the Cleveland against Yudachi, Friedrich der Grosse, and the Odin. As long as the Odin keeps firing, it's fine, because we will be able to just decap her. However, if the Odin stops firing, she has I believe a 12-kilometer concealment range, which means that we won't be able to do anything to her. Because if she just falls into concealment, we can't spot her. we would have to get closer. But getting closer has the risk of the Yudachi, and the fact that Odin has fairly effective secondaries. On top of that, it would put me next to the Friedrich der Grosse as well, who also has effective secondaries. And I think the combined damage from both of those two will be able to severely damage my ship, which we might need slightly later. These long-range engagements, in my opinion, are at least somewhat in our favor. Because German battleships aren't the most accurate at range. Especially when they're firing HE at me. I guess accuracy doesn't matter whether you fire HE or AP, usually. But the difference is that it doesn't do much damage. At least it won't kill me quickly. So there's less than 7 minutes to go. I'm still reversing. And I guess it's time to go forward because we kind of have to. We don't have anything to fire at. On the other hand, I'm kind of queasy about going forward because that Friedrich der Grosse is gonna push. But I do need to use my reload boosters at some point. And it might as well be soon because there won't be a match left in the future. Oh, a fire! Excellent! She damaconed it immediately, so after this salve... Oh, never mind. I wanted to say I should reload booster this, but I'm not sure now. Because she is heading behind the island again. Yeah, I'm not going to do that yet. Okay, there are the torpedoes by the Yudachi. I'm gonna take one. It's gonna hit my nose, sadly. Damacon the flooding, and I guess we'll just continue reversing again. Actually, you know what? Maybe... Yeah, no. Torpedoes. Never mind. Let's continue reversing. But soon I do need to push, because it's 3 against 5, and they control the C cap now, the A cap, and we only control the B cap. And the only ship in the B cap is New Orleans, who is going up against... What is that? A battleship? No, 2 battleships. So, yeah, I don't think our New Orleans will be able to hold on for too long. So it's time to just push. We just kinda have to at this point. There just isn't enough time not to do so. Come on, AP, don't let me down. Don't let me down. I swapped back to HE though because she's angling. You know what? I really probably should be firing more AP. But whatever. We're going back to HE again. And goodbye. Hello, Odin. Oh, she disappeared. And one of the battleships said hi to me, but it's fine. Speed boost is up in 10 seconds. I do need to watch out for potential Yudachi torpedoes, but I think we're probably gonna be fine. Especially since I'm unspotted, I communicate this to my teammates so that they know, because this kind of information is important. You see, if I'm spotted, right? Then I know that the Yudachi is within 12.9 kilometers of me, or some other ship, but in this case it has to be the Yudachi. But if I'm unspotted, it means Yudachi is either behind an island or too far away from me. And if Cleveland says that she is also unspotted, you know, that gives us extra information. And we're gonna go A. I want to ask my teammates whether if we go A and only hold A, will we win the game? Because look, it's 608 points to about 400, right? We have a 200 points lead. There's 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. If we just hold the A cap, will we be able to win this? There's a mod for this, but I don't use it. So it's a fairly important question at this point. However, sadly, the answer is maybe. We don't know that for sure. But if we sink the Odin, I think I'm much more confident in our ability to do so, although the risk is that maybe our Cleveland goes down instead though. That's, you know, an option. I do think in this game I should have been more aggressive slightly earlier, but I mean, mistakes were made and hopefully we can recover. I mean, at one point we were 5 ships down, right? Like the enemy had 5 more ships, but now it's 2 against 4. And we do hold a points advantage still. Although not for too long, I suppose. Actually, you know what? Since the Odin came back, I think we're gonna keep that points lead, because we're gonna sink that Odin. There's very little she can do about it. Remember that Odin is 305 guns, right? Which means that I'm pretty sure she cannot overmatch Cleveland's bow armor. So, goodbye, Odin. All the Cleveland had to do was point her bow at her. Next up, we go after the Yudachi. Cleveland has a Hydra. You saw the icon earlier on top of the ship. At least I think that was Hydra. Maybe that was radar. Regardless, I'm not too afraid of a Yudachi. Yudachi torpedoes are very, very slow. But the reason I do sail away at this kind of an angle is that the torpedoes could be coming, and I don't want to go quite parallel. If torpedoes appear right now, I will simply just turn away and keep sailing further away. This will give me ample time to dodge the torpedoes. If I went directly parallel, there's a good chance I might have eaten multiple of those torpedoes. But since the Cleveland is using Hydra, I'm willing to start turning in. Oh, and there's a set of torps from her. These are gonna be easy to avoid. I do think we can sink this Yudachi, and if we get to do that without losing any ships, we're definitely gonna win. Although I think we would win even if we don't sink the Yudachi. Well, Yudachi, I don't know what you're doing, but your torpedoes are going to be very ineffective because we can already see them and they're slow. It's like watching paint dry. Goodbye, Yudachi. Surprise, Cleveland. And I suppose the Cleveland will now thank you for the smokescreen. 30 seconds to go. I guess we'll get one more salvo. Oh yeah, and my last reload booster just came off cooldown. Yeah, I probably should have used them before. It's kinda not great to just use them at the very last moment. But they have no chance of winning this. Just no way. Only 10 seconds to go. I still have over 12k HP. Their shells wouldn't even make it here. So, we win. So, what a game! We were down so far. Then I reversed a little bit, right? For a few minutes, and then suddenly we won the game. See? Reversing wins games. 192k damage, 21 fire set. I got a Confederate, Fireproof, Dreadnought, Witherer, and High Caliber. There was a lot of fire in this match. It almost reminds me of Conqueror, to be honest. If you're wondering why I made so many credits though, that's mostly just due to my flag usage. I think I have the Wyvern flag and the other one that increases the credits gain. And I probably had an amazing result, or I had an amazing result. 2,733 base XP. I compliment the Cleveland and the New Orleans. I mean, look at this. The top 4 players have all of the kills in this match. The top 3 players all have 3 kills each. 90% of the kills of our team is by the top 3. Haha. Well, actually 100% is in the top 4, but, you know, details. So, let's take a look at the damage. 66k fire damage from my 21 fires. I expected slightly more than that, but whatever. I got hit by 8 different ship's shells, which is quite many. That's 2/3 of the enemy team. And overall, it was a very fun game. Jesus, how many... I hit a lot of enemy ships as well, though. So, let's take a look at the commander skills and upgrades. I go with Priority Target, Expert Marksman, Superintendent, Concealment Expert, then Fire Prevention, Adrenaline Rush, and these are the important bits. Usually before I would go for basic survivability, but here I decided to swap to Jack of all trades and Expert Loader. Although I didn't really use Expert Loader much, did I? Upgrades wise, obviously the reload, because you already have 24.5 kilometer range. I guess you could argue about the secondary and the AA stuff, but I don't think it's really worth it, at least not in random battles. Then obviously concealment. In the 4th slot I went for shorter fires and floodings. You could consider the other two if you really wanted, but I decided not to. In the 3rd slot, aiming systems modification, because better dispersion is always nice. Engine boost if you don't have engine boost, and take damage control systems. And main arms modification, but even with this, apparently the turrets were still made of paper. So yeah, I actually enjoyed the Jean Bart a lot more than I expected I would enjoy her. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.